Hello, we're at the Golden Door International Film Festival
of Jersey City.
I am sitting here with Mr. Sam Borowski,
The one and only.
Whose film Maniac we have just seen in this very room in front of this audience. How are you feeling, Sam?
Pretty good, because they reacted very well to it.
They did.
I think it screened as well as any of the films in the block, all of which were great. It really, and that's no bunk, it was a great block. Feature film, The Trouble with Callie, directed by Paul Sorvino and also starring Paul Sorvino, Oscar winner Mira Sorvino. Michael Sorvino's great in the movie. What a wonderful movie. Another great short, Checkmate, Keep Your Enemies Closer, by the great Federico Castelluccio, written, directed, and he was in it, but Peter Green was the lead. Just a great block, and to screen with great films and do really well, and for the audience to react to it, you can't ask for anything more than your stories to touch others.
You've been working on this film for how long now? How long have you been working on Maniac?
Too long. No, I'm kidding. It's actually on right.
Listen, you got a long way to go.
Yeah, I do. It's actually ironic because we've really not been working on it that long. We started this year. We shot it in February.
This year?
Yeah, and now we're in October. We're in our 4th festival. Just got our 5th award.
You did.
Now, this one's not for Golden Door. This is the Grand Jury Prize in the 30th Long Island Film Festival. Thomas Santorelli was a gentleman to come to our screening and give it to us. We're technically screening out of competition in the Golden Door because it is Bill's festival, and Bill is so the maniac on the poster, all of it. We were happy to screen here. We won the Grand Jury Prize and Breakout Performance in Tom's. We won Best Short, Best Director of a Short, Best Actor in a Short, Bill Sorvino, in the Northeast Film Festival. We screened in the Flickers Rhode Island International Film Festival, an Oscar qualifier. I couldn't be happier, but we've only just begun.
You really have only just begun. Now, what is it? Is there anything in the audience response? Because this is a very strong movie. This is a very powerful film. Is there anything in the audience response that surprised you?
Yeah, the one guy who said, "I hate it." No, I'm kidding. Is there anything? I guess the only
that gentleman will be leaving the building.
I think other than maybe a person maybe trying. Nothing could really surprise me in an audience other than a person maybe trying to illegally tape the movie. But short of that, nothing would ever surprise me. No to doing that. Say no to illegal pirating. But honestly, audiences are so different. And maybe it surprises me that how much they all love it. I mean, you were here tonight. How did it seem like they reacted to it?
It was extremely positive. People were very excited about the film.
There's yet to be an audience that didn't react to it. And when you screen all over the country and even out of the country, you may get an audience that doesn't like a particular type of film. We haven't got that with Maniac. And I mean that humbly, with a complete attitude of gratitude that, so your audience isn't like, who is this jerk right now? Seriously, it's I hope not, but either way, the fact that they've all taken to it, and then I did my job as a storyteller. Bill Sorvino did his job as an actor. Joey D'Onofrio did his job as an actor. David Harris did his job as an actor. Maria Rosolo, Paige Wilhide, Dominic Tiefenthaler, Mary Domino, all did their job as actors, and there's so many more. You hate to leave people out. It's just, it's amazing to just see them react a certain way to it and that they like it. How many people come up to you and talk to you, and that's our lifeblood. That's like our candy. As great as these awards are, and they are great, and I will not say no to them, it's equally great when you touch people. You touch their heart and soul. Usually when you touch them, they say, "I loved your film," or "I really liked your film." And sometimes when they go, "I hated your film," it's actually great too, because it means you got a reaction. Now if they go, your film, that's not good. But if you get a reaction, "I loved your film," "I hated your film," "I really liked your film," they're reacting to it. It means they're not bored with the material, and you got to touch people either way.
And when you're approaching subject matter like you were in Maniac, were you aware of carrying a certain degree of sensitivity? Did you just sort of...
Yes. Now, it's funny, some of the scenes that made it in, not to reveal too much, but the scene when Joey's he's a pimp fighting with his prostitute, he physically grabs her and throws her in the room. Remember that scene? That's not what it called for. He was just like, "Get in the room." He did that on his own. And I was like, and when we yell cut, and we would never think violence against women is funny. It's not. But he does it in a manner that's humorous. It's like, "Joey, do not do that again." And he laughed. He's like, "You're going to use that take." And when we watched it, it's powerful. It's a tad bit humorous in the satirical sense, but it's powerful in that we know this isn't right. When you see what happens to Joey in the story, you know that I'm not for violence against women. But we used that take, and on the set, we never intended to. So we did try to approach it in a certain way. And I'll always say, guys, we're adults here. Like, you got a pimp and a prostitute. And the great thing about Paige Wilhide's character, Gina, is that she's oblivious to her situation. It's like she's in love with this guy who it's over her head that he's a pimp. And she doesn't even make the connection that he's making her sleep with guys and hook with guys. And big shout out to Larry Rosen of the Northeast Film Festival. Don't go anywhere. But great film festival as well, along with the Golden Door, Long Island. A lot of great festivals, you know. I've been to so many, and I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed in so many ways. But we did approach it with a certain sensitivity, as I get it back to the answer in a roundabout way. You know, the thing about this movie is we leave it to, did you take it that we left it to you, the viewer, to decide? I'm not saying guns are good, guns are bad, gun control, no guns. I'm saying none of that. I'm saying, what do you think? I wanted to make a film in an entertaining way that evoked films of the 70s, was a serious subject matter done in a humorous, cheesy, dark, satirical way, but then that made you think and went, that's really messed up. What about this? You know, there's so many socio-economical issues in the film. Even the climate, the current climate of the country today, there's a very big subtext about that. He goes to the crappy motel. He doesn't have money.
I noticed the motel was named the Americana.
You know, America, I love it. It's my, greatest country in the world. But, we know we're going through a tough time. And that's why America's great. It will rebound, but we are going through a tough economical climate and we've had these terrible shootings. And while I want to go on the record and say, our character is not a character who would ever hurt a child. He's still doing vigilantism. And that's not right. I mean, look, it's never right to take the law into your own hands and kill people, even if they're bad people. But, and I will say this, the most frightening part of the movie for me, and I said it in the Q&A, is that when he's in the deli doing his monologue, and those of you out there who haven't seen it, you know what I mean. See the film, trust me. See the film. But when he's doing his monologue, he actually, what he says makes sense. And because he's this unstable person, that's the most frightening thing for me, that he pieces together the thing that makes sense. Now, maybe what he's doing is not right, but he's making sense. And so that's like, well, what's the solution to this argument? Like, because I don't think it's a black or white argument so much as shades of gray. And I also said the movie's very shades of gray. I'm not strong either way on one side. I'm sort of in the middle. And, I think that's one of the beauties and most interesting things about this film, is that it is very shades of gray, What did you pick up on that, Dana?
Oh, absolutely. I think that there's a lot of nuance in your work, and you don't, and this is a testament, I think, to your directing work and to Bill Sorvino's acting in the performance, is that there are so many shades to this character. You don't see him as just one way, just the other way, and I think that you definitely pick up on the struggle that's within him, and that he wants to be doing the right thing.
And I would say that I wanted to throw in, I love what you guys do with the Cinema Couch, Jamal Stone, you, Dana Gallagher, Mia, all of you, even Brian Williams, but him less than you guys. He'll be watching this. But seriously, it's great that you cover independent films. It's great that you do big studio films. It's great that you come to these events. Some of these films are big and will get nominated for Oscars. Some of them are obscure. Some of them will play theatrically. Maybe Paul Sorvino's feature. But you come and you guys cover. And for film buffs, there is no greater candy than that they get this. And I think it's a wonderful show you have, and it's a wonderful thing you guys do.
Well, thank you very kindly. And we couldn't do it without individuals such as yourself opening the door to us and welcoming us. So thank you so much.
Leave you with this. When you get to the end, you write in, fade out. You're done.